Today we're making chicken broccoli rice casserole, and it's my granddaughter's birthday. She's turning 4 today. She loves broccoli, so she gets to pick what she's having for dinner on her birthday. We're going to be making some for now and some for later, so we're doing a double batch. You can do half a batch if you'd like, but we are cooking 2, so we can put half in the freezer. So the next time we don't have to cook dinner because it'll just be ready to bake. We're going to start with 1 cube of butter. And if you just want to make half of a recipe here, just use a half a stick of butter. Because we're only going to be doubling these first few ingredients. Turn this on to high so everything can start melting. Get your skillet coated with butter. We have 4 cups of chopped chicken breast here that we're going to be adding to this as soon as this gets hot. As soon as that starts crackling and popping, add the chicken. We're adding 4 cups. This is 2 gigantic chicken breasts. These were so big. Each one of these was almost 2 chicken breasts, so this is probably close to 4. I just really thinly sliced them. Just keep this on high. Oh, and before this gets too far ahead, start the oven, 375. You could finish cooking this on the stovetop on low instead of putting it in the oven too if you don't have a stovetop to oven safe large dish. Or you could cook this into a skillet and then pour it into a casserole dish. I have a really large electric plug-in skillet that I could have used for this too. That would have been much easier. Once your chicken's no longer pink, but still not cooked all the way through, that's fine. It's going to finish cooking. We're going to add 2 chopped onions. Mix those in. Now it's starting to smell good. Let that cook for a few more minutes. Maybe we'll just do this whole thing on the stovetop. It's still a casserole, right? No, I think technically you got to put it in the oven for it to be a casserole. There's really no need to put it in the dang oven. So turn that off. Yep, we're doing stovetop casserole. 1 pan. 1 for now and 1 for later. Alright, as soon as your onions get to be translucent, turn that off for just a minute. We're going to need a spoon because you want to make sure you get half of this butter. We're putting half of that into a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. Not just using my mixing bowl to keep it standing upright. Half of that in there. A little bit more of this sweet butter. There we go. That's about half. Let's get to the fun stuff. Do not close the bag. You don't want to trap that steam in there. Okay, turn that back on. Just leave it on high. Now you're going to have this kind of close to your cooking pan, but not close enough the bag is going to melt. Like, obviously, that would be a bad idea. Okay, we're going to add 2 cups of water to this mix. And then we're going to add 2 cups of rice. Don't worry, we're adding more fluid in just a second. Then we're adding 2 cups of milk to our blender with 1 pound of broccoli florets. Chop that up really good. Okay. And then when that's done, I'm going to add that back in. That does not look good. Nobody will ever know it's broccoli. I have somebody in my family that doesn't like broccoli, and they never notice that it's in here. Okay. Just keep bringing that to a boil. Okay, and then this other pound of broccoli is just going to go into this food processor. No point dirtying it twice. With those 2 cups of milk. Blend this one together, but don't add this one to the pan, add this one to your bag. Okay, while this is coming up to a boil, let's add the seasonings in here. Okay, we're going to be needing 1 1/3 of it. That's 4 teaspoons, so 1 1/3 tablespoons of chicken bouillon. And do the same thing to this chicken over here. 1 1/3. Doesn't have to be exact. And then this is basil. We're going to be adding 1 tablespoon of basil and 1 tablespoon of basil. Then we're going to be adding 1/2 of a tablespoon pepper and 1/2 of a tablespoon of pepper. That's 1 1/2 teaspoons if you want to do it that way. Then we got this classic ranch salad dressing and recipe mix. This is totally optional, but this helps keep that sauce really thick. 1 tablespoon. And 1 tablespoon. As soon as this comes to a boil, we're just going to put the lid on it. And we're going to set the timer for 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, don't stir it for those 10 minutes. Mix that in. Okay, once that gets up to a boil, put the lid on there. Keep that at a high simmer. Set your timer for 10 minutes. Okay, and then meanwhile, get the rest of our fixings in here. We needed 2 cups of water. Add that in. And then we needed 2 cups of rice. The next time we go to make this, it's going to be so simple because we just got to put it in the refrigerator overnight while it thaws. Then put it into a casserole dish and it'll be ready to go. Okay, 2 cups of rice. All of our seasonings are already in there. Now we just got to blend up the rest of our broccoli milk mixture. Put that in there. It's boiling a little too high, so we're going to turn it down a little bit. High simmer, not a high boil. All right, now get this into here. Sure, if you had those disposable foil casserole dishes, you could just put this right into that. There we go. After you get this broccoli all mixed in there, just mix it up carefully in the bag and then lay it flat to put it in the freezer. And the next time you're ready to bake it, you're just going to bake it at 375 for 45 minutes. Then add your cheese. Okay, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay, after that 10-minute timer goes off, you're just going to turn the burner off. Don't lift the lid. Don't stir it. Set another timer for 10 minutes. Okay, and in 10 minutes, we're going to come back in. We're going to mix in some cheese, and then we're going to top it with some more cheese. So we're going to get grating some cheese while we wait. So after that second 10-minute timer goes off, It's okay to lift the lid now. You can just come in here. Give this a little bit of a fluff. We have 1 pound of shredded cheddar here. We're going to stir in half of this. Just want to carefully fluff that into your rice. All the good stuff goes to the top when it cooks. Just serve half of it over the top. Make it look all pretty. Like that. We're going to put that lid back on it and let it rest for about another 5 or 10 minutes. Don't forget to use your oven mitt to pick that lid up. Okay, it's almost ready. After you've let that cheese melt, look how pretty. Let's put some of this on a plate. You're just going to want to scoop in there. Try not to mix up all that delicious cheese on top. Ooh, so cheesy. And then just use a fork or butter knife or whatever you got to scooch it off like that. There we go. Okay, we'll see you guys next time. Nobody will ever know there's broccoli hiding in there. See you guys next time.